What's going on, everybody? This is Eddie from the Two Heavy Wrestling Podcast, and we're counting down 30 days till WrestleMania, and we are on day 7, and we're going to be talking about the WrestleMania 4 WWF World Title Tournament Finals between the Macho Man Randy Savage and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Now, this tournament is a result of Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF title. Now, in the build-up to this, Ted DiBiase wanted to buy Andre the Giant's contract, and Andre the Giant was supposed to win the WWF title for the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and it seemed like Hulk Hogan had all the odds in his favor leading up to this match because of the previous year at WrestleMania 3, where Hulk Hogan won the matchup. However, Ted DiBiase actually ended up paying an official to get a face job, and that official actually counted 3 when Hulk Hogan put his shoulders off the mat. Now, this is completely crazy because this is one of the most well-known referees to this date, Earl Hebner, and this ended up being Andre the Giant's first WWF World Title reign. However, because his contract was bought out by Ted DiBiase, ended up handing the WWF title over to Ted DiBiase, and then the president, Jack Tunney, ended up banishing this rule from happening, and then ended up vacating the title, therefore creating the WWF title tournament at WrestleMania 4. Now, this is the first and only WWF title tournament at any WrestleMania, and then Randy Savage had to break his way to the top. Ended up in the first round beating Butch Reed, ended up beating Greg the Hammer Valentine in the second round, and ended up beating the one-man gang in the semifinals, which would lead him to facing Ted DiBiase. Now, not an easy path for Ted DiBiase in the slightest. However, he ended up beating Hacksaw Jim Duggan in his first matchup, ended up beating The Rock Don Morocco in the quarterfinals, and actually ended up having a bye in the semifinals. Now, this is because everything that transpired through the night, there were multiple countouts and just multiple instances where people had byes. The one-man gang actually had a bye before he fought Randy Savage. So actually having to fight people who had 2 bye rounds is completely crazy. And the odds were against Randy Savage from the beginning. Now, during the matchup, Andre the Giant and Virgil were at ringside, and Miss Elizabeth was in the corner of Macho Man Randy Savage. This actually ended up leading to Hulk Hogan coming out to defend Macho Man Randy Savage and being at ringside for him to make sure nothing shady happened. And because of that, Randy Savage was able to pick up a clean victory against Ted DiBiase for the WWF title. Now, this was the first WWF title for the Macho Man Randy Savage of his 2 reigns, and probably the most important one because this would end up being the lead to the Mega Powers, and then, of course, the Mega Powers colliding at WrestleMania 5 the next year. So this match had so much history behind it, and having the Mega Powers actually form in that night is one of the biggest and baddest teams of all time to this day. Ted DiBiase didn't end up getting very much traction besides having the feud with the Mega Powers with him and Andre the Giant, but Randy Savage's career absolutely took off from this point. He had a successful Intercontinental title reign the previous year and ended up losing at WrestleMania 3 to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which was also another instant classic. And this just proved that Randy the Macho Man Savage is a classic generator. He makes the best matches possible, and his personality, in-ring charisma, and passion for the business made this match so much better than it actually was. And this was day 7 of the 30 days till WrestleMania. Let me know what you thought about the WrestleMania 4 matchup between Ted DiBiase and the Macho Man Randy Savage, and we will look forward to seeing you for day 8.